Hey guys, it's a Fans here, and today I'm showcasing my F1 car, and it's a new addition, and I've also adapted it to my steering wheel. As you can kind of see in the steering, I can change the steering direction and all that stuff. And a little bit about this car. It can go up to 185 miles per hour top speed, and of course that's with minimum downforce and the DRS flap open right there on the back there. And it's four-wheel drive because you can't really make anything with two-wheel drive in this game. Expect it to be stable and fast. And then we got, and as for the front wing here, there's some active aero. As you can kind of see, as I turn the wheels, the wings kind of turn with it. Yeah, so that's fun. And this thing has a 6-cylinder. It's turbocharged. It's a V6. It is also a mild hybrid. It has a small battery to have a bank of electricity, but it doesn't last too long, and it doesn't take too long to recharge. For the ERS system, or I should call it KERS, kinetic energy recovery system, it will recover the energy in regenerative braking from a geared up generator somewhere in the underfloor here. There's a geared up generator. I think that's the engine we're looking at. It's right there in the back. It's one of these things here in the back. Yep, right there. So that's the MGUK right there. Motor generator unit kinetic. It takes the kinetic energy from braking and turns it back into electricity for the battery. And then there's also two electric motors. That's one of them on the very back corner right there. And it helps with acceleration and gaining a higher top speed. Without further ado, let's take this thing out for a few laps. I'm gonna do a hot lap. I'm gonna do a out lap and a hot lap. I'm not applying much for throttle. Another thing about this car is that it goes really fast around corners. Once we get to this main straight here, then I'll start pushing it to get myself warmed up. Starting my hot lap. Oh shit, well, it looks like I ran out of fuel. Well, while I'm getting this car respawned, and another few things. So it only you because of the room I needed to save on the car. There's only 4 small fuel tanks, each carrying about 9 liters of diesel, which is actually about what a real life Formula 1 car would carry, although it's not nearly as efficient because it's diesel. Then this keypad that you see I'm accessing here is the boost control for the twin turbos on the engine. And that just goes to help with um, keeping the car responsive while also getting added amount of power out of the turbos. So now I have to prepare another outlet. Shit. That was not the exit I was hoping for. Well, let's go see what that lap time was that time. One minute and 20 seconds. That was I would say that's a pretty good lap, but my best lap ever on this track, I think, is 1 minute 14. 1 minute 14 seconds and 600 milliseconds. I think is my record on this track with this car. Don't get me wrong, this thing has good handling, but there's been a lot of things that have been improving about it over the past few months. I've been putting a lot of work into this and this thing only. Besides the fact that I am doing a collaboration project with a friend making a ferry that can go 200 knots, and actually we have achieved this easily. So I think I just gotta modify a few things with the Aero, then I would say this thing will probably be capable of 190, maybe even 200 miles an hour. But there's still a few things that I gotta figure out about this game before I could probably do that. This car is no XML, it's all just blocks. and I've pretty much made this from scratch. And I would say I am pretty proud of this thing. This is probably the most fastest machine I've ever made myself, besides the caster, which is a ferry that can go 200 knots. I'm not kidding. I'll post another video about it once the christening is done for it. And then a few things about the body detailing. So right here is supposed to be the Venturi wind tunnels for ground effect aerodynamics that are on the real life 2021 through 2024 F1 cars. Then back here, you see the side pod. There's a little hole that comes out the bottom to this. I made this as a sort of brake duct. And yes, the brakes need cooling, but not in this game, so really this is just some decoration. This used to have, this little section right here used to have a little more meat on it, but I decided to get rid of it, and it honestly looks better than it used to. It looks slimmer, it looks faster and more streamlined, and I like it. The rear wing, I kind of made it so that it looks like it cups into the center, kind of where the actual main rear wing is. And this is a rear diffuser, and it actually has a function. It actually helps with the car with straight line speed and going through high speed corners. These are these little winglets right here, because when I turn on the DRS, I completely drop the rear downforce. But however, because Stormworks treats everything like an airplane, the rear end will start lifting up and decrease the rear stability of the car. So these winglets help keep a little bit of a constant downforce to keep the car nice and stable. As for this right here, these are the side pods. I designed them to look sleek, and I also designed put a little window there to show a little bit of underbite. And it actually looks like it has a purpose, which it does, which is more space for my microcontrollers. These little fins right here are, these wingtips right here are actually active aerodynamics. So these fins are straight right now, but when I go to turn the wheels, my steering wheel, they'll turn kind of like, so if I turn my steering wheel right, the wheels would turn right and the fins would aim towards the right to help with high speed, going through maybe medium speed corners at high speeds. I did notice a few issues with it earlier when I first started this video. These fin rudders are a little off. I think I accidentally made them so that these bottom 2.1 direction, the other 3 point on the top point in the correct direction. That is something I do have to fix, but so far I am pretty proud of myself for making this beast of a speed machine. So, well, that's it for my video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ciao.